Hey guys, this is Jordan Wheeler with Dirty Yugi and the Boys. This is Jordan Swing-Kunis. He's been topping recently with his trade list. Let's go and check it out.
All right, sweet. So, we'll just get right into it, I guess. We'll just get right into the main deck. So, to start off, we do 3 of the Night Express Knight, 3 of the Derek Crane, 3 of the Bullet Train, and these are the level 10s that you play. So, I see some people cut this to 2. Having level 10s is more important for the Anger Knuckle. There's a combo that you can do with monsters that are in the rest of the deck. That's really important to have level 10s more than it is to have more level 4s, which is actually why I cut Pegasus down to 2, because this is like a better kind of like grind game state summon, and it's good to summon off Revolving Switchyard, but you don't really need to play 3 of it. And then just 1 of the Railcar, which is the same thing, and I'll actually show a combo later that you can do with the Railcar and the Stampede. But you don't need to play 3 of this, just 2 of it is fine, and then 1 of this is okay. It sucks to draw, but it's really good to summon off of Switchyard if you're going first. It's good to summon off a Switchyard if they make you go first for whatever reason, because there's a lot of going second decks of the format, so this just helps you like keep your advantage in the grind game. So that's it for the train cards, and we actually do play an Infinitrack package, which is crazy. So like 3 Harvester, 2 Dozer, and a Trencher. So these cards are awesome. Like, the reason these cards are so good is because they raise the deck's ceiling, which is something that trains really struggle with. Like, you would cut these cards and play like other different consistency cards and play 3 of this and like maybe even up your Railcar count, but it's not as good as playing the Infinitrack package, because this gets you to your really good board, which is Anger Knuckle plus a rank 10, and Anger Knuckle is really good at like keeping you in the game state rather than just OTKing, because what a lot of people have a misconception about this deck, that it's just an OTK deck. There are a lot of decks in the format that will stay alive and you won't just be able to OTK, so having something that raises your ceiling and increases your grind game is really good. So you just play those Infinitracks. And plus, this card, there's a card in my extra deck that I use in games 2 against Spiral, and this card helps me get there, and I'll talk about that later when I get to my extra deck too. So, play those, and then we play 4 Kaijus. The Kaijus are great. I just like to play this ratio. It's kind of up to your own discretion, whatever ratio you want to play. The thing to note, though, is that when Dual Overload comes out, you gotta play the Wind Kaiju, because decks are gonna be made where they summon the Simorgh Link and then summon the Wind Barrier statue in the end phase. So you gotta be playing the Wind Kaiju so you could tribute over the statue and then kill them from there. So that's gonna be a change I make once Dual Overload comes out. I'm picking them up now, but yeah, this is the ratio I've been playing for now, and it seems to be working fine. This deck really needs to be playing Kaijus to out stuff, to out like parts of the Spiral board, like to out Sleeper, stuff like that. So that's it for the monsters. Then let's get to the spells. We have this card, which is the best card in the deck. This card is literally just Scapegoat. So Urgent Schedule, you activate it, and then it summons a level 4 or lower and a level 5 or higher Earth Machine from the deck, and their effects are negated. But the reason it's Scapegoat is because obviously it's a quick play spell, and then if you have it with Switchyard, Switchyard has 2 effects. So you can either discard a card to search a level 10 Earth Machine, or if a level 10 Earth Machine is summoned to your side of the field while this is on the field, you can activate Switchyard to summon a level 4 Earth Machine from deck and then make it level 10. So what you can do is you can activate Switchyard, or activate Urgent Schedule while you have Switchyard, summon 2 Earth Machines, activate Switchyard to summon Flying Pegasus from deck, and then Pegasus activates to summon another Earth Machine from your grave. So that's 4 monsters that keeps you alive just on its own. So it's super good. And then we are degenerate, and we play. Yeah, okay, I know, I get it. We play Mystic Mine, and then we play a terraforming.
As long as you know.
Yeah, I know, I get it. It's just card's like the best card of the format. I swear. Like you go second. This deck blinds second all the time. So you blind second, you bait out negates, you stick the Mystic Mine, and then you OTK. Like that's the way to play this deck. It's so good. I think I'm going to cut a Switchyard for a set rotation. I'm not sure if I want to do that yet, but I think I'm going to do that moving forward. So that's it for the really important spell cards. Then for consistency, you just have 3 desires. You don't give a crap about what you banish in this deck, so this is the way to play that there.
All right, they're all original first.
Yeah, they're all original first. So you gotta flex. 3 twins. This needs to be Lightning Storm. I mean, let's just be honest. This should be Lightning Storm. I've been trying to defend that I need to play Twin Twister, but like, Twin's like good. Twin's really good. There are times where Twin is just better than Lightning Storm, but it doesn't happen often. It should just be Lightning Storm. I'll pick them up eventually. And then for traps, it's just 3 impermanents. The thing about this deck is that you honestly don't have many times where you impermanence during their turn. A lot of the time you hold the impermanence during their turn, and then on your turn you start off the turn by activating impermanence. I do that a lot against decks that build boards like Spiral or Block BA, and it definitely works out. So that is the main deck. So let's move to yes, it's 40 card main, and then we'll go to the extra deck. 1 Goliath for the Infinitrack combo, and I'll actually go through the Infinitrack combo after I go through the extra deck, if that's fine. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, so I'll do that, and it'll show you why it's so good, because it gets you directly into Anger Knuckle, which is like one of the best cards in the extra deck. Anger Knuckle does a similar thing like I was talking about with Urgent Schedule. If you have Anger Knuckle and Revolving Switchyard on board, you can just like stick the Switchyard, and then during their turn, they'll just try to end their main phase to go to battle phase. You'll activate Anger Knuckle, and its effect is you can discard a monster to target a level 10 Earth Machine in the grave to summon it. So he can do that from the hand or the field. So he can send himself, or he can discard a card from your hand. So you can activate his effect, discard a monster, summon the level 10 from grave, which summons a Flying Pegasus from the graveyard, which summons another thing from the grave. So you just have 4 monsters right there, and then they can't kill you. And then you just generate advantage off of the monsters that you summoned, like Bullet Liner or Railcar if you have it. And then you OTK them on the next turn. So that card's really nice. Clifford Genius.
Notice that's not an ultra.
It is not an ultra. Yes, it is a base rare, but it's original first, bro. So the Genius is good because you can it helps you in niche situations. It can like negate an Inspector Border. I did that one time. I actually think that was on the channel. Some guy was playing against True Draco, and then I activated Urgent Schedule, made Genius, and then negated a card I had to negate the Inspector Border, and then I just killed him from there, so that was really cool. Underclock and Pentastag, these 2 are important because sometimes there are board states that you can't OTK through without these. If you're going up against like Shadal that has a lot of monsters in defense mode, you want to be able to make Pentastag and then go Gustav Max Libe underneath it. Or Underclock Taker, if they just have 1 monster that you can't pop for some reason, but you can reduce its attack, you can make Underclock Taker and then like kill it that way. Sometimes it's rare that stuff comes up, but you don't want to miss out on an OTK just because you don't have these. And then I just play the 1 Nightmare Phoenix. I rarely ever make this, but sometimes it's good to just be able to pop floodgates that are getting in your way. That's it for the Link monsters. And then for the Xyz monsters, we play River Stormer. So River Stormer is what you make through the Infinitrack combo. What it does is you detach a material from it, and then you search or send to the grave 1 Earth Machine monster. So this gets you your other piece to like your other level 10 that you need to OTK.
Alright, so this card actually has a Power Rangers Megazord name. Yeah, Power Rangers Turbo.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I love this card.
No, I know. You said it and I was like, holy crap, no way.
Yeah, no, this card's great. Like, this is what makes the deck like
With
way
a name like
way
River
better.
Stormer, it better be.
Yeah, I know. The Infinitrack cards just have like crazy names. Like Mountain Smasher or whatever.
Trencher.
Yeah, like Trencher. I don't know. They're just cool. And plus, it's just literally farm equipment, which I think is so funny. Then two Gustav Max. Obviously, this is part of the OTK. And then Super Dora. I've been finding myself making this card a lot more than going for the OTK lately. A lot of decks struggle to kill a Super Dora. And like I was talking about with the Infinitrack cards, the biggest problem that this deck has had is if you're going first, most of the time you just start on a Super Dora in your extra monster zone, and then like you have to get rid of it. But you don't want to get rid of it because they have a problem outing it. So with the Infinitrack combo, you end on Anger Knuckle, Super Dora, and Anger Knuckle leaves like. I'll just show you when we get to the combo. But like that's why the Infinitrack combo is good, because it lets you make this and also get to your Link monster more consistently. And then obviously the Libe, it's the OTK machine. Then Sky Palace Gongradai, and now for the spiciest card in the extra deck, Seven Sins. Okay, so it is spicy. It's incredible. So Seven Sins. I don't even play the other rank, the Dark Xyz that you need for it, because what you can do is all it requires is 2 level 12s. So what you can do is with this, and let's say this, if you have these two, and I did this against a Spiral player. I've actually done this a lot recently. Thank you. All you do is you summon Trencher, and then you activate this in hand to summon itself. And Trencher has an effect that says you can target another machine monster you control, make each of their levels the combined total of each other. So they both become level 12, you overlay them, and hard make Seven Sins, detach for its effect, and then banish everything on their side of the field. So that it comes up a lot against decks like Spiral or Block BA or decks that build a big board like that. So this card's super good. And then it like attaches something that you banish as a material, and then it can detach material instead of being destroyed. That card's super good. And then the side deck, 3 Nibiru. Nibiru is awesome in this deck because you can activate Nibiru and then chain Super Dora to, so it's not affected by card effects other than itself. So Nibiru clears the opponent's monsters, and then Super Dora stays on the board, which is super good. And then Dark Ruler No More. This is the card that helps with this combo. So you activate Dark Ruler No More, you negate the Spiral board, and then you do the Seven Sins play, and then you just banish everything. Though that's super relevant. And then we play Reboot and 2 Evenly. So Reboot and 2 Evenly are good for the like the grindy decks like Altergeist or Subterra Guru.
Is there a reason you don't play 3?
Yes. So just by like boarding in ratios, you really don't have that much room for stuff to take out. There's a lot of stuff that you want to play against decks like that. Like the Subterrors are still, or the Kaijus are still really good against Subterror, and like Evenly doesn't let you kill them. So it's just like you need a lot of room for a lot of different stuff in the format. There's a lot of different decks that are being played right now. So I just play 2 Evenly, and it's really been working out fine. And a lot of the time I don't even board this card in. It's just there for when I really, really need it. And then we play 2 Gozen. Gozen is good against Dinosaur, and this deck actually struggles a lot with Dinosaur. So that card's great there. And then 2 Anti-Spell. I was actually playing 3 Evenly 3 Gozen, but I was finding myself not having anything to side in against the Invoke Shadal deck. So I put in Anti-Spell, and it's been working great ever since. And then for the last 2 Floodgates, you play a Skill Drain and an Imperial Order. So the way the way I do the siding is like these 3 going against Invoke Shadal, and these 3 going against decks like Spiral or Dino, and then these 3 going against decks like Altergeist or Subterra Guru. It's just having a lot of like play sets of cards that are good against a lot of decks. And Nibiru is a good card to side in going first or second. So, okay, now I'm going to quickly go through the Infinitrack combo. So, this card and this card. All right, so this is how it works. I'll try to do it as if this is looking at the board. So, normal summon Harvester. Harvester effect searches in Infinitrack. And then the card you're going to get is Brutal Dozer. Okay, so then you activate Dozer, tributing Harvester to summon itself. And then Dozer activates its Chainlink 1 to summon a Trencher from the deck, and then Derek Crane chain blocks his Chainlink 2, so you're going to summon the Derek Crane, and then Dozer summons Trencher. It's also important to note that Dozer can summon another copy of Harvester from the deck to just make the Anger Knuckle if you need to. So if you draw the Trencher, it's not like completely a Garnet. So you search this, and then it summons that from deck. So you overlay these two into Stormer. Stormer activates its effect, sending the Trencher to search your Bullet Train. Alright, where is it? Bullet Train. You summon the Bullet Train. You send the River Stormer to the graveyard for a Link 1, which is going to be Goliath. You overlay these two. You can do it either if you're going first or if you're going second, but let's just say we're going first. For Dora. And then you activate Trencher's Effect Engrave, banishing it to summon Dozer. And then you link these two into Anger Knuckle. And that was just with 2 cards, so you have 3 cards in your hand. If you have like a switch yard, you have the switch yard, so you can, summon, let's say you activate this on the end of your turn, that way you have a level 10 in the grave, so you can go tribute Anger Knuckle during the end of their main phase to summon back Bullet Train, and then, switch yard activates to summon, where'd he go? Pegasus, and then Pegasus activates its effect to summon back Harvester, so that way you just have a bunch of stuff on your board for next turn, and then they can't kill you. So, that's the deck.
Do you have any last minute comments?
Yes, I do. So I am starting out a Twitch stream. I stream as Peeps YGO on Twitch. That's PEEPS YGO, Twitch TV. So I've been doing that lately. It's been a lot of fun. So other than that, thanks to all the people in my local beautiful city of Battle Creek. And I hope you all have a wonderful day.